Hello everyone, and welcome to my Update US Gossip channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sister Wives, fans creeped out by Kody Brown's pet name for Robyn. Most Sister Wives fans find Kody and Robyn Brown's relationship particularly nauseating. But does it sometimes cross the line into being inappropriate? The next episodes of season May 19th still be weeks away, but Sister Wives fans are still avidly discussing the series online. After pondering the subject for a while, one viewer decided that a pet name Kody calls Robyn is creepy. A Sister Wives fan writes about Kody and Robyn's creepy behavior. After seeing Kody and Robyn Brown together on screen for 19 seasons, most viewers can point to several unsavory moments between the two. But does a pet name truly border on creepy? Even though Kody's relationship with his children has deteriorated over time, he once had 4 wives and 18 children in one family unit, according to one viewer. As a result, he took to calling many of the wives mom. But one viewer thinks it's wildly inappropriate to keep up the charade with Robyn, especially when they're alone. I apologize, but Kody calling Robyn mom is excessive. The creep vibes are strong. And I don't believe he was like that with the other women, a Sister Wives viewer wrote online. Added to edit. I'm not talking about people saying, go ask your dad or where's your dad. When I say, hey mom, could you bring me a cup of coffee, there are no children present. Not all viewers were in agreement with the premise. However, most other viewers didn't agree with the OP's point of view. Robyn and Kody Brown might not be very popular, but most fans didn't think this particular pet name was anything to be concerned about. Various responses were provided, with some admitting that they refer to their partner as mom or dad even when no children were present. Some even said they call their partner mom or dad around their pets, even though they don't have any children at all. Kody Brown's recent on-camera admission that he has manipulated situations and lied, allegations that have rocked the Sister Wives fan community, is a moment that forces both longtime viewers and casual fans alike to confront the uncomfortable truths behind one of reality TV's most polarizing figures. In a confessional that was as revealing as it was raw, Kody acknowledged that his behavior over the years has not always been guided by honest intentions, and that, at times, his actions were designed more to secure his own position of power within the family than to foster genuine connections with his wives and children. This admission, coming after decades of meticulously curated public appearances and carefully edited narratives, marks a turning point in how many now view the man once celebrated as the charismatic patriarch of the Brown family. Instead of the steadfast leader who was once seen as the unifying force in an unconventional household, Kody now appears to be a man caught in the web of his own making, where manipulation and deceit, though perhaps understandable as survival strategies in a life under constant public scrutiny, have left scars that extend far beyond the screen. For years, Sister Wives has presented viewers with a portrait of a family struggling to balance personal ambition, loyalty, and the intense pressures of a polygamous lifestyle. Kody, in particular, has often been at the center of this storm, a man whose need for validation and control has been both his defining strength and his most damning flaw. His confession that he has, on many occasions, deliberately manipulated situations and resorted to lies is a stark reminder that the carefully crafted image he once projected was not the whole truth. According to Kody, the decisions he made, whether it was forcing his family to participate in his personal ventures, sidestepping accountability in critical moments, or even altering facts to suit his narrative, were, in many cases, born out of a deep-seated fear of vulnerability. He explained, with a mixture of regret and resignation, that in the relentless pursuit of maintaining an image of authority and control, he often sacrificed honesty and transparency. I did what I thought was necessary at the time to keep the family together and to preserve a certain order, he admitted during one confessional segment. But looking back, I see that my actions were more about protecting my own ego than about being true to the people who trusted me. This confession has resonated with fans who have long suspected that behind Kody's confident exterior lay a man wrestling with insecurity and the burden of endless expectations. The revelation has prompted a torrent of responses from the fan community. Many longtime viewers, who have followed the Brown family saga for nearly 2 decades, express a mixture of validation and disappointment. For some, Kody's admission is a long overdue moment of accountability, an acknowledgement that the behavior they had critiqued from the beginning was not just a quirk but a harmful pattern that contributed to the family's internal strife. These fans argue that manipulation and lying, regardless of the reasons behind them, have inflicted deep emotional wounds on his wives and children. They recall countless instances on the show where Kody's actions, such as coercing family members into uncomfortable situations or bending the truth to avoid conflict, created rifts that seemed impossible to mend. "It's painful to finally hear him admit the things we've known all along," commented one fan on social media. "This isn't just about saving face, it's about acknowledging the real hurt his words and actions have caused." Such sentiments underline the fact that, for many viewers, Kody's admission is not an isolated moment of introspection but rather the culmination of years of watching a man who seemed impervious to criticism slowly unravel under the weight of his own deceptions. Yet, while many applaud this candid moment, others in the community remain skeptical. Critics question whether Kody's admission is a genuine step toward change or simply another calculated move designed to shift public perception in his favor. Some argue that in the high-stakes world of reality TV, every confession is carefully timed and edited to maximize drama and ratings. Is this really Kody coming clean, or is it just another twist in the ongoing saga? One viewer wondered on a popular forum. These skeptics point out that while the admission is significant, it must be followed by consistent actions that demonstrate true accountability and a commitment to change. For them, the real test will be whether Kody's future behavior reflects the honesty he claims to have embraced today, or if the cycle of manipulation and deceit continues unabated. The dynamics within the Brown family add another layer of complexity to Kody's confession. His manipulation and lies were not isolated incidents, they were part of a broader system in which the responsibilities and burdens of managing a polygamous household were unevenly distributed. Many argue that Kody's need to control the narrative was driven, in part, by the pressures of living up to an almost mythic status, a status that required him to be both a unifying leader and a constant source of inspiration for his wives and children. In such a system, the temptation to manipulate outcomes in order to maintain a semblance of order can be overwhelming. Kody's admission, therefore, can be seen as both a personal failing and a symptom of the larger challenges inherent in such a lifestyle. While he takes some responsibility for his actions, he also hints at the systemic issues that have long been at the heart of the family's public struggles. "I did what I thought I had to do," he says, leaving open the question of whether the environment he operated in was partly to blame for his behavior. This duality complicates the narrative. Fans are left to grapple with the idea that while Kody's actions are inexcusable, they are also the product of an ecosystem that rewarded control and suppressed dissent. The impact of Kody's confession extends beyond the immediate drama of the show. It has sparked a broader conversation about accountability in reality television and the often fine line between public performance and private reality. For viewers, the admission that a central figure like Kody has engaged in manipulation and lying is a stark reminder of the human cost behind the spectacle. It challenges fans to look beyond the surface of glossy, edited moments and to confront the raw, often painful realities of life in the public eye. In an era when audiences increasingly demand authenticity and transparency from their media, Kody's confession serves as both a warning and an opportunity, a warning that the facade of control can crumble under the weight of unaddressed truths, and an opportunity for the Brown family to begin a process of genuine healing. From a critical perspective, the long-term implications of Kody's admission are significant. For one, it forces a re-evaluation of his role within the family. If the man who has long been the linchpin of the Brown household is willing to admit to manipulation and deceit, what does that say about the dynamics that have defined the family for so long? Many fans believe that acknowledging these flaws could pave the way for a more balanced distribution of power, one in which all family members are held accountable for their actions, rather than having the burden of blame fall disproportionately on one individual. This, they argue, is the only path toward true reconciliation and long-term stability. Yet, for others, Kody's confession may only deepen existing fractures, as it lays bare the extent to which manipulation has been ingrained in the fabric of the family's interactions. Ultimately, Kody Brown's admission of manipulating and lying is a pivotal moment in the ongoing sister-wives narrative. It exposes the complexities of a life lived under relentless public scrutiny, where every personal failure is magnified and every strategic maneuver is dissected for its emotional impact. For fans, the confession is both a moment of vindication and a call for further accountability. It demands that viewers, and the family itself, acknowledge that beneath the carefully constructed persona lies a man who has, in many ways, been trapped by his own need for control. Whether this moment will serve as a catalyst for lasting change remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: the raw honesty of Kody's admission has opened the door for a deeper, more nuanced conversation about the true nature of power, vulnerability, and redemption in the high-pressure world of reality television. As Sister Wives continues to evolve, the impact of Kody's confession will likely resonate in future episodes, influencing how the family navigates internal conflicts and public expectations. For some, it is a long-overdue moment of truth that offers hope for a more authentic and accountable future. For others, it is a bitter reminder that the cycle of manipulation is hard to break. In either case, Kody's willingness to expose his own shortcomings is a significant development, a reminder that even the most polarizing figures are capable of introspection, and that the journey towards self-improvement often begins with the courage to admit one's own faults. In a revelation that has ignited fierce debates among Sister Wives fans, many now claim that Kody Brown has, on more than one occasion, acted spitefully in ways that screwed over Janelle Brown, an accusation that, if true, exposes a darker side of the family's internal dynamics and raises difficult questions about power, loyalty, and accountability in a high-pressure reality TV environment. For years, viewers have observed the subtle shifts and overt power plays within the Brown household, with Kody frequently positioned at the center of controversies that often leave his wives and children caught in a web of conflicting loyalties. According to multiple fan reports and insider sources, there have been several moments when Kody's actions appeared calculated not merely to advance his own interests but to deliberately disadvantage Janelle, whose contributions and emotional investment in the family have often been overshadowed by Kody's dominant personality. In one such incident, which has since become a rallying cry on social media, Kody was seen making decisions that not only undermined Janelle's authority during key family events but also, as some fans suggest, strategically positioned her as less influential compared to other members of the household, a move many interpret as a deliberate effort to screw her over in a bid to consolidate his own power. Kody's behavior, as detailed by several longtime viewers, seems to have evolved over the years into a pattern marked by manipulation and emotional coercion. Critics argue that while his earlier days on Sister Wives showcased a man struggling to balance the enormous responsibilities of a polygamous family, his more recent actions reveal a hardened approach to leadership, one that increasingly prioritizes his personal agenda over the welfare of his wives. Janelle, who has long been one of the quieter yet emotionally invested members of the family, has repeatedly expressed concerns about feeling sidelined and undervalued, particularly when Kody's decisions have had significant impacts on the distribution of power and attention within the household. According to fan accounts, there have been multiple instances where Kody's unilateral decisions, ranging from strategic business moves to the orchestration of public appearances, have effectively marginalized Janelle, leaving her with little say in matters that affect the entire family unit. Such behavior, viewed by many as spiteful, is seen not only as a personal betrayal but also as symptomatic of a broader failure of the family structure to support genuine, balanced relationships. Supporters of this interpretation note that Kody's actions must be understood within the context of the high-stakes, pressure cooker environment that is reality television. The constant need to produce dramatic content, combined with the ever-present scrutiny of millions of viewers, has historically forced Kody into a role where he feels compelled to assert control at all costs. Over time, this compulsion appears to have morphed into a defensive mechanism, one that, rather than addressing his own vulnerabilities, seeks to offload blame onto others. In doing so, Kody has, according to critics, consistently undermined Janelle's position within the family. Fans point to specific incidents, such as contentious family meetings and unscripted confessional moments, where his dismissive remarks toward Janelle's ideas and feelings left no doubt that his loyalty lay elsewhere. Many believe that these actions were not mere lapses in judgment but deliberate moves aimed at preserving his own status and reducing Janelle's influence, a dynamic that has, over time, eroded the trust between them and created a toxic power imbalance. The emotional fallout from such actions has not been confined to private family gatherings. It has spilled over into the public domain, where fans have expressed both shock and outrage. Social media platforms have been abuzz with hashtags and impassioned posts, #ScrewJanelle, #KodyManipulates, and #BrownFamilyDrama, to name a few, that capture the sentiment of those who feel that Kody's actions have repeatedly hurt Janelle and disrupted what once might have been a more cohesive family unit. Longtime viewers recall earlier seasons when the sister wives, despite their differences, sometimes united against external pressures. Now, however, the ongoing narrative appears increasingly divisive, with Kody's apparent favoritism and manipulative tactics exacerbating long-standing rivalries. For many fans, the perceived screwing over of Janelle is a betrayal not only of personal trust but also of the promise of unity that the show once embodied, a promise that now seems to have been sacrificed on the altar of sensational drama. Beyond the immediate interpersonal fallout, Kody's actions raise important questions about the ethics of leadership in a family setting as complex as that of the Browns. In any household, particularly one as unconventional and public as this, the distribution of power, respect, and emotional support is critical. When one person, especially a figure as central as Kody, is seen to manipulate outcomes to the detriment of another, it not only disrupts the delicate balance of relationships but also sets a dangerous precedent. Critics argue that if Kody continues down this path, the emotional costs could be far-reaching. Janelle, already vulnerable due to feeling undervalued, risks further alienation, while the rest of the family may begin to question the fairness of a system that rewards manipulation and punishes dissent. For viewers, this isn't just another plot twist, it's a reflection of the real, human consequences of living life under a microscope, where every slight and every deliberate act of favoritism can leave lasting scars. Some defenders of Kody, however, suggest that his actions should be seen in a more nuanced light. They point out that the pressures of reality TV and the responsibilities of managing a polygamous household are immense, and that Kody's choices, while hurtful, might be driven by the need to maintain order in a chaotic environment. According to this view, the harshness of Kody's tactics is a byproduct of a system that leaves little room for compromise or vulnerability, a system where even the slightest deviation from the expected norm can lead to public humiliation. In such an environment, every decision is fraught with the risk of destabilizing the already fragile balance of power. While this perspective does not excuse the manipulation and the harm it causes, it does offer a broader context for understanding why Kody might feel compelled to act in ways that appear spiteful. It suggests that the real villain in this scenario may not be Kody alone, but the systemic pressures that force him into these roles, a reminder that reality television, with its relentless demand for drama, often exacerbates personal flaws and amplifies conflicts. For Janelle, the impact of these actions is deeply personal. Long a key player in the family dynamics, she has frequently expressed her own struggles with feeling overlooked and undervalued. When Kody's behavior consistently undermines her contributions, it not only reinforces her deepest insecurities but also isolates her from the rest of the family. Many fans have sympathized with Janelle's plight, arguing that she deserves to be treated with respect and to have her voice heard, not just as a bystander in Kody's quest for control, but as an integral member of the family whose opinions matter. The pattern of manipulation, as detailed by critics and echoed in fan discussions, has left Janelle in a position where she is forced to question her own worth and her place within a family structure that appears to reward self-interest over collective well-being. This perceived backstabbing, therefore, is not merely an issue of personal betrayal, it is emblematic of the broader, systemic dysfunction that has plagued the Brown family for years. As the conversation continues to rage on forums and social media, the debate over Kody's actions touches on broader cultural themes as well. It raises critical questions about accountability, the ethics of power, and the real costs of a lifestyle lived under constant public scrutiny. For many, the allegations of spiteful behavior are a microcosm of the challenges faced by families in the spotlight, where every misstep is magnified, and every personal conflict becomes a public spectacle. In this context, Kody's manipulation is not just a personal failing, it is a symptom of a much larger problem, one that reflects the pressures and perverse incentives inherent in reality TV production. By forcing viewers to confront these uncomfortable truths, the show challenges us to consider the price of fame and the ways in which the pursuit of a perfect public image can lead to profound personal and emotional damage. Ultimately, the question of whether Kody Brown has been spitefully screwing over Janelle is complex, layered, and deeply intertwined with the broader narrative of the Brown family's ongoing saga. While there is no definitive answer, given that every member of the family has contributed to the dynamics in one way or another, the growing chorus of fan voices suggests that many see Kody's actions as emblematic of a larger pattern of behavior that has long undermined trust and fostered division. Whether this will lead to lasting repercussions for the family remains to be seen, but for now, the debate continues to fuel passionate discussions among fans, serving as a powerful reminder that in the world of sister wives, the truth is rarely black and white, and the cost of power and control is often paid in the currency of human relationships.